Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel for another weekly tour fixed video. The star of the show is going to be ARCA at Charlotte today. 35 laps as the sun sets. Let's see what we got. Looks like the one gets a pretty bad start, so I'm going to dive to the inside. I know the one is quick. Just had a bad start, so look for him to come back later on in the race. And just going to dive it low on the entrance to turn 1 and make that pass. So now we're sitting in a solid third place. And we'll see what we can do. Now just ahead of me, the 14 car, the white Rowdy Energy car, he already got loose off of the corner and looked like he might have been driving the car off of the right front a lot more. So I'm taking that to note, and I'm hoping that maybe later on in the run, he's going to start getting tight and we can get P2. That is if everything goes to plan. So riding along with Anthony in the one car, like I said, I know he's quick. And here, just a couple laps later on lap 5, here he is right on the bumper, looking for a move on the inside. So I've got an option here. I could let him take it, or I could fight it. And I tried to fight it, which probably was not the best move, because what I've now done, as we come off of the corner, you can see that we're still side by side. But what I've done now is kind of shoot myself in the foot. So I'm trying to fight around the outside again. But because I held us for too long, there's now a nice train forming on the bottom side of the track that's going to steamroll me for the next couple of laps. So now my options have changed. I could continue to try to fight on the outside lane and be really hard on my tires, or I could just kind of fall to the back. And admittedly, I took kind of a funky line coming out of the corner there, and the 7 and I make contact, but we're all good. Everybody keeps going the right direction. And the last car in the train, the number 5, looking to the inside. And I'm hoping I can keep the momentum off of turn 2, and maybe I can just get ahead and slot in front of him, but that is not going to happen. So he's going to go on by, and at this point, I've decided there's nobody else in close proximity behind us. I'm going to let him take it and just fall back in line, because I do not want to wear my car out yet. It's so easy to make the car drive really tight here once you kill the right front tire. It gets really hard to get it down low and get any kind of speed out of the corner. You can make some time up on the top side as well later on, but if the right front's too worn, it's even tough to do that. So just being patient here, playing the long game, waiting behind the 5. I feel like this is one of those races where I've got to think about what I'm doing as much as I'm driving. So skipping ahead to lap 15, I've now got a good move on the 5, trying to take it low down into turn 1, and I'm not quite going to get clear. We're neck and neck, but we'll just give each other room coming off of the corner, and he's going to keep the momentum on the highest side. So I've got no choice but to slot back in behind him once again. And I threw it in a little bit too deep, got just a touch tight. Had to back out of the throttle for a brief second, but that's going to be enough to kill a lot of our momentum. Alright, lap 19. A pack is formed in front of us, which is good news for what we're doing. Having not learned my lesson from the previous lap, I try to go on the inside of the 5 again, hoping that maybe the 4 is going to check him up enough, but that does not happen. They both do a really nice job of keeping momentum through the corner. And the 5 and I once again giving each other plenty of room. And, like I said, since I haven't learned my lesson, we're going to have a repeat of what happened before. I'm going to think that I get clear, but here comes the 5 on the outside again with a nice shot of momentum for being in the upper lane. So, got to fall back in behind him again and just keep playing the long game. We're only on lap 20, so we've got plenty of time left. Now 22. And the story's changed a little bit. He went around the outside of the 4. And so, having finally learned my lesson, I'm going to try to take the move on the outside at turn 1 and 2 and try to make it stick. Got to gas it up nice and early, get the car to rotate down, and I can just keep the momentum. And that was a great pass. So, clear the 4. Now, looking up ahead, so we're sitting in 7th place now. And I see the 6 goes for a nice wide arc, but I'm able to just stuff my nose in there and stop him from coming down like he needs to, I think. Or I might have caught him off guard a little bit, but either way, I managed to stay side by side. So now driving it down into turn 1. The 7's had a bit of a checkup. That's okay. Looks like we're going to get clear of the 6. Now, as much as I'd like to go ahead and throw it up in the top lane because I'm clear, it would have been a really tight move. Plus, I think he would have shot to the inside for turn 3 and 4. But decided to kind of hold him up there, made sure he didn't really have anywhere to go behind the 7. And we're going to continue. So still door to door with the 7, giving each other a good amount of room. And we can see that now behind us, the 4 and the 6 are side by side, so shouldn't have any challengers while we try to make this move. Just can't quite clear him. He's got a lot of speed in the top side, but I managed to kind of keep a bit of momentum, and we'll ride along with Ryan. So I get clear on the low side, but once that I notice he's kind of got the momentum building up, I try to stay low, but we're both dedicated to our lines, and he taps the wall a little bit. Even though my spotter never did call him on the outside, I feel like I could have given him more room and been a little bit more aware of my surroundings. So I did apologize to him. Moving ahead to lap 28. Clawed our way back into P5, and now we're behind the 14 again, which throughout this whole race I've noticed he's been driving really heavily off the right front. And I'm making a decision on where I want to go here. So I know that he's been getting tight out of the corner. I know that the top side is going to be faster through turns 1 and 2, and maybe through 3 and 4, but I don't really want to take that risk, so I'm hoping that I can get the move done here. Throw the car low, and we make just a slight bit of contact. I didn't get quite on the line as close to it as I wanted to, but it's just really tight, hard racing, and we actually make it through. Okay, so sitting in P4, lap 34, so we're coming to the white flag lap, and I'm giving it all that I can to try to catch the 5. So the 5 that we were racing earlier, that is him way up there. He managed to get clear of the traffic and keep a really good pace throughout the latter half of the run, and unless something really happens to him, there's no way I'm going to catch him, but I've got to make sure that nothing happens to me so that I hold on to 4th place. And that's what we're going to do here on the final lap. Some smoke up ahead from something. I'm not sure what happened. But just taking it nice and easy down into turn 3 and 4. All I got to do now is bring it home in 4th place. And I will consider that to be a very successful Charlotte at ARCA. ARCA at Charlotte. Yeah, that way. It was good racing with this group of drivers. Everybody was pretty clean, gave each other room. And we all try to be pretty respectful of each other. So there we have it. That's another episode. Thank you all for tuning in for another WTF series. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did in the comments. And let me know how your race week is going. I really do enjoy sitting down and reading a lot of your comments. I've seen that several of you are starting to improve based on watching the videos, so that is absolutely awesome. Keep it up. My name has been Philip. And hopefully it will continue to be Philip after this video is over. But thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Take care.